Welcome. So today we're just going to be talking about essentially why you should be charging a premium price for your coaching services. And I'm not saying this is the only thing that you have, but basically you have a multitude of different options, one of which is premium and has very high access to you. Now I'm going to explain a couple of things here. So why you should do that. Obviously, if you think about a $5,000 package versus a $50 package, a $5,000 package is going to get you more income. It's not just about that, but that does help that side of things. Now, there are a couple of things that go into this. First of all, we'll start off with the psychological component, because a lot of people, there are a few different kinds of people, and by pricing differently, we cater to those different kinds of people. Now, there are the type of people who want everything for free. They just want free stuff. They don't want to pay anything, not a single cent, not a single dollar. You mention any kind of semblance of pricing for anything, they are out. They are Dunsky. That's why we have our free content that we put out, like what I'm doing here, and like our value pieces and stuff like that we write. You also have people who want to pay, but they only want to pay the minimum amount. They're always like, oh, what's the cheapest? And they want to pay the cheapest amount there. Then you have majority of people who sit in the middle, where they're like, they'll pay a moderate price for something. And then you have people towards like another small portion of people that they want to pay the most. They want to pay premium prices because they associate that price with value a lot of the time. That's just a natural thing that we do, and that's another reason you should charge premium. So you should have that option, because that is seen as highly valuable purely due to price. And then also we want to back that up with actually having a lot of value with that. But they want to pay that because they also like the exclusivity. They're like, I am part of this group of people that pays a lot. So they know not a lot of people are doing this as well, because they know that they're getting the absolute best, or that's what they think they are getting. That's a lot of the mindset that goes into it, that subconscious thought. And then obviously as a result, we are giving them very high value with that, like I said before. So when it comes to that, just to give you context, I think Yana, my wife, she kind of sits in the middle. And she's obviously like, I will just pay whatever is for the highest quality, but she kind of has that relationship with money where she doesn't like to have large sums going out at once. And it's obviously something she's working on, if I may speak on her behalf. And myself, I'm someone who likes to pay premium upfront. I'm just like, let's just pay the whole thing. And I like paying for the most expensive, highest quality things is what I'm after. Highest quality first and foremost. And then, I'm normally like, that's the most expensive thing. I don't like paying cheap. So that's just to give you an example. But I know plenty of people that are the other two main ones that I was talking about before. So by not having that option, sometimes you're actually not catering to those people that want to pay more. They want the exclusive thing. They want the highest price. They want that. So you're actually cutting off obviously a lot more profit that you could be making and a lot more income for yourself, but you're actually cutting off your ability to help people by not having a premium rate. What some people call premium or high ticket offers. So you've got high ticket, mid ticket, I guess some people call it, and low ticket, or you've got like your premium rate and your back end offers, and there are all these different terms, but essentially it's charging a lot, charging a middle amount, charging a very low amount, and then there's your free stuff as well. So when it comes to doing that, practical applications, I'll just give you an idea of what that looks like and what I charge right now, just because I feel like that helps a lot of people get a grasp of it. And this always changes over time based on what's working, what's not working, what you feel comfortable with, and where you feel your value truly lies. So to give context, right now, I have a few different packages where it's basically for my health and fitness coaching. I have, I have online coaching that's basically $5,000 for 6 months, and that's fortnightly check-ins via video call. They get all the online stuff, and then I've got $5,000 for 12 months, for 3 months, so $5,000 for 12 weeks, and that's weekly check-ins. And then obviously if we extrapolate to 6 months, then it's $10,000 for 6 months. And then I have, so those are my top and mid, and then I also have one that is $50 a week. So if you think about that, compared to the other two. $50 a week is not a lot. And then I've got a bunch of free stuff that I give out as well for those people. And in doing that, I have 4 different options in which I can cater to people and help them with whatever stage they're at in their journey and whatever kind of person they are. Because some of those people that I give the free stuff to, I understand they'll never work with me, and I give without the expectation of them ever coming to work with me, which is an important thing to understand. We'll come back to another time. But by charging the premium, what you do is essentially you charge more. Like, this is the basis upon which we've structured our things. You charge more, not for having more features necessarily, but for having more access to you. So with my $5,000 for 12 weeks or 3 months, that is essentially weekly video check-ins with me one-on-one. So they get pure access to me during that period of time. All of those ones, so whether it's the $5,000 for 6 months, $5,000 for 12 weeks, or the $50 a week, they all get access to programming and the nutrition and some form of check-ins. So the main variance, the easiest thing for you to see there is the variance in check-ins. So when it comes to the $5,000 for 6 months, that's fortnightly check-ins. So every 2 weeks we do a video check-in, and that's how we roll with that one there. So you can see how instantly they get half the amount of access to me. It costs half the amount. So it makes sense, right? And then when it comes to the $50 per week one, they still get the training, they still get the programming, and we just do a monthly group check-in. So then it's like, it's not one-on-one access. Oh, sorry, the other one, the fortnightly check-ins, that's one-on-one access. So basically the one as it stands there, the $50 per week, that has monthly group check-ins, and then we go over everything there, but they're still getting their results. So they're getting basically all of the features that the other things are getting. They're just getting less access to me, to the person actually running the show. And it basically also helps because it caters to different people's level of accountability, because some people, they don't need to work with me one-on-one, they don't want to, and that's not where they're at right now. So when I talk to them, like when we go through that vetting process to see what's going to work best for them, I won't always tell someone, hey, do the one-on-one just because it's the most expensive, because if it's not what's best for them and I recommend it, it's going to come from a disingenuous place and they're less likely to buy it. And I don't want to do that. I'm not here to rip people off and just make money for the sake of it, because also if they don't need it, they're not going to be the bought in people who are going to get the most out of that. So it's a waste of their time and their money, but then it's also not productive for my time, that kind of thing. Because some people just need a little bit of plan and away they go. They're just doing their thing, doing their program, and they just need, to have the payment as accountability, and then also checking in with a coach every month and just being like, oh, hey, I have a question for this. Sometimes I just want to hear other people's questions, and you have that community element to that one as well. All of these people get the community element, all 3 tiers of that, like a membership kind of thing. And we're rejigging some things, but basically you can see how by doing that, by having that, it's beneficial for you, because you can also build up something that doesn't take a lot of your time. So $50 a week, imagine you can get 100 people on that and do group check-ins and that kind of thing. So per week, then that's $5,000. Is that? Okay, I'm going to check that because I could be wrong. 50 times by 100. Yeah, it's $5,000. Anyway, so even if you didn't do it that way, even if it was like $50 times by, say you had 20 people on that, like 20 people for group check-in. It's $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. So you can see how that back-end stuff, it doesn't take as much of your time, but it still allows you to be making a good income, which is obviously important for if you're wanting to serve people well. You can't be scraping by on the gum of your shoes, basically, scraping the bottom of the barrel. So you've got to do that. So by you doing that, having multiple different packages, make sure that you can earn a consistent, good living and thrive through that. And then as a result, you can help people even better and have more impact that way. 2, you cater to the different levels of accountability that people want and need. And 3, you cater to the different kinds of buyers that there are. By way of some people wanting premium, some people wanting middle of the road, some people wanting to pay the cheapest, and obviously there's the free stuff as well. But by doing that, you can look at it as, yes, you are maximizing the streams of income that you have, but you don't want to have a heap just for the sake of it. So yes, there's that, but more importantly, it's about helping as many people as possible. So if you have more options, you actually open the door for more people to fall into the right kind of coaching for them. So it does boil down to what's the most helpful thing for this person. And that's how that works basically. So that's why I believe every coach should have premium coaching as well as other offers in there as well. Just because of the reasons that I listed. So I've already gone over that. But yeah, if you need a hand with sussing out what your offers should be or anything like that, or even justifying, not even just justifying, but like understanding and being content and knowing what your worth is and charging accordingly for that, because sometimes we can undercharge because like, oh, I feel like it's not worth it, and you're comparing to other people. You've got to charge what's right for you. So don't take what I'm saying and be like, oh, Kaey-Lib charges this much, so I can't charge more than that. You can if it's worth it. If it's worth it, then do so. So yeah, don't base your standard off of other people. Base it off of you, the value that you bring, and then price accordingly to that. That's a whole another thing in and of itself. But yeah, having that premium is important for that. Let me know if you need a hand. Feel free to shoot me a message on my Instagram or anything like that. Always happy to help, have a chat, have a free call, and just consolidate some of that stuff with you there, because I understand it's a weird concept to wrap your head around for a lot of coaches. I know that it was only recently introduced to me. But yeah, getting into that mindset and accepting that for the useful tool that it is really help you help more people. My voice breaking. Yeah, take care. Catch you in the next one. Bye.